So we talked a lot about technology and applying technology. I get excited about it. I love technology, but actually we're all in business really to make money, and it's about the application of that technology, isn't it? And the money value of time. So if it takes a long time to make that happen, will people choose it? I know Cisco, every conversation I have with Cisco is all about partners, and in your context that's Gamma, and we talk about our partners downstream from us connecting to our ecosystem. How does Cisco think about that? How do you think about sort of encapsulating that technology advancement and getting it out into the hands of the real world users?
Yeah, great question. So I've seen these challenges firsthand with businesses that want to operate with Cisco, but just find it slightly difficult in how they navigate Cisco, right? And who do I go to? But we're simplifying that. You know, the procurement process or the way you need to deliver this to your customers, it has to be through partners like Gamma 2 that can simplify the whole process. So we've built and we've got a platform together that we're invested in. And that platform is going to make it super, super simple for customers to not even, partners, your partners,
Yep.
Our partners together, not even touching Cisco. Yeah. So imagine if you could just order this stuff and keep ordering this stuff without having to come back and reorder and enable and modify and renew and all that type of stuff. You do it yourself. Yeah. Enablement on a platform that is one control hub dashboard that really is your pane of glass into Cisco and your customer. But with that, you can order licenses, you can order hardware, services, deploy it all with AI assistance, have 1,000 eyes built into that dashboard that allows you to sort of provide the whole security element end to end. Yeah. That's kind of how we're going to simplify and enable partners going forward.
Cool. And you mentioned 1,000 eyes there, which if people listening don't know, that's the way to look into a network, look into an infrastructure from Cisco and go, here's what's working, here's what's not working. And we, from a Gamma perspective, one of the things more broadly than talking about just collaboration working with Cisco is the breadth of the portfolio that they have. Anyone who's interacted with Gamma will know we talk about Gamma elements to enable, connect, experience, and secure. And working with Cisco, you've got pieces of capability, massive pieces of capability and investment behind each of those bits, which is one of the reasons it's so exciting. And when you come to delivering a full experience to customers, you talked before about the hybrid experience, the reimagining workplaces and things like that. You need bits of all of those, don't you, from a vendor? We've obviously chosen to work with Cisco in this context to bring those to life. How do all those end up coming together from a Cisco perspective?
Very much like your 4 pillars, we've got our 3 pillars. so our 3 pillars will focus on future-proofed workplaces. So we spoke a lot about that around the UCaaS, CPaaS, and workplace, and how we transform customers. You'll have AI-ready data centers. That's our 2nd pillar. And again, we can't invest in AI if we don't have super powerful networks and super powerful infrastructures. And then the thirdly is digital resilience. So you'll see the 28 billion reasons why we put Splunk in there. And you'll also start to see AppD and data becoming a very key part with security tying across everything that we do. Yeah. Now, if you have those 3 pillars working together and integrated together, which is where we're going, that is going to be a very powerful 3-platform play from Cisco.
Yeah, and if you the reason we think about that, and it feels a bit abstract sometimes when you're talking, a lot of Gamma's customers, or a good fraction of them are quite small businesses in some respects. They look at that and go, that's heavy metal infrastructure. Am I going to need that? The reality is they do, don't they? Yeah. Because in the cyber world that we exist in today, in the way that we want experiences delivered to us as employees and as customers, if the system goes down or a service is disrupted or there is a cyber risk, it doesn't matter what size of business you are, does it?
Yeah.
You've got to have an answer to that.
Correct.
And you need the answer almost before the question exists. Yeah. And that's certainly from a Gamma perspective is why we want to work with vendors like Cisco, because you can invest at a scale that no one else can. Yeah. To get that, like you say, that AI-powered network data center fabric that enables all these great services to run just like that over the top of it. We don't worry about the magic that happens your side of the fence, as it were, but we get the benefit from it, and it's great to be to be able to benefit from that.
Exactly that. Just like we've looked at, for the last 10, 20 years, just focused on UCaaS and CPaaS type elements. The world's evolved, and we started to talk about smart workplaces and buildings just naturally because it fits in. The same is for AI, data centers, network, and security going forward. So that's all part of the evolution of where we're going. And I think we've got the platform, we've got the partners, we've got the ability to deliver it together, and it's exciting times.
And what's interesting from a Gamma perspective, so I've been around for a couple of years here, and we've been talking to Cisco all the way through that time. And we had one of your colleagues, I think, come to one of our events last October to talk about the vision of where these things were going. And from my perspective, you can already feel that sense of progress coming to life. So when Cisco, again, going to be part of the Gamma community at Gammaverse, when we talk to our partners in October this year, you can see that sense of progress, that real progress happening alongside, like you say, the clarity of vision around what it is that people are going to be driving towards. Us from us as a partner review perspective is incredibly reassuring, because it's like there is a promise made and then the check's written and cashed, which is really important, isn't it? The promises are lived up to. Cisco obviously been around for quite a long time, and historically has worked with partners and done a bit of direct business. What does the sort of go-to-market motion look like for Cisco? Is that going to change? Is it committed to partners, a bit more direct, or what do you see it looking like?
Yeah, good question. So 100% partners, that's for sure. We can't scale in this world and take market share without partners. That's key. We can't help customers and scale and deliver what they need without partners. So, we still have some old direct contracts that you've mentioned, but we're starting to shift those. We're advising customers to go through the channels, the right channels, because those direct contracts are not on paperwork that allows us to build the blocks that they need afterwards. So it actually becomes a hindrance. We need to evolve those contracts. We need to evolve those customers towards the right areas of investment where they want to be and where we want them to be too. So in order to do that, it has to be 100% partners. And for that, we're looking for you and your partners to come aboard to help us deliver that.
So talking about partners, how does Cisco look at its partner community? How do people know that a business is a good Cisco partner? Gamma's just done a couple of certifications. We want to do more. What's that look like from a Cisco perspective?
Yeah, I mean, partners have great accreditations in multiple areas, right? But one of the biggest areas that we're looking for partners to invest in, and you guys have recently in your sustainability accreditation, is a huge part of where we're trying to take customers on a journey. We have our own journey at Cisco. We're trying to achieve carbon net zero by 2025. 2040, sorry.
So you've got 3 months left.
We've got a couple of months. So by 2040, we want to achieve that. With that, we created our own circular economy. Now we have some clever technology, but clever paths to be able to achieve that with our customers, so they can come on that journey with us. It starts with refreshing equipment. So, we can help you with looking at old equipment that you have. What is it costing you today?
Yeah.
How does that fit in with how much that costs you from a carbon emissions footprint perspective? Yeah. And by refreshing that kit with 99% recyclable materials, or even clever stuff through our dashboards where you can power devices down overnight when you're not using them, using the network and a single PoE network to be able to do that through the devices as well that's being controlled on that network. Yeah. That starts to show customers even more savings. And in that same dashboard, you're able to see the sustainability savings. So a customer in HR facilities, IT, could easily go, here's my sustainability report and how much I've saved in carbon emission footprint with Cisco. Yeah. So we're looking to partners to look at working with us where we have these dashboards, we have this capability of pulling that old information and sitting down and doing very basic account reviews with customers. So let's look at the old equipment you've got. Let's look at how much that's costing you. Let's look at how we evolve that and migrate that. And that can only be done with the partner. And I'm not just talking about collaboration. This is collaboration, security, networking, infrastructures that we can pull the entire information from. And if the customer says, no, I think you got that wrong, the numbers are wrong, well, give us your data, we'll put it in the tool and it'll still figure out how much savings you're going to make. So these are really key, important areas. It's not just because we're trying to make savings. It's actually, we're trying to do right and the good. And it's an important, heavy subject for us going forward.
It's points to as well, the way everybody thinks about things now is much broader, isn't it? It's not just a telephony solution or a communication solution. It's what's the environmental impact? How are we thinking about where that measures from a sustainability, from a power usage, from a it's incredible. And to be able to measure that and be able to demonstrate values, I think that's really impressive.
Incredible. And that's why partners like you have invested in those sustainability accreditations that's allowing you to get ahead of the game. So if partners haven't figured that out yet, they need to be talking to both of us, right?
Yeah, totally. But we've talked a bit about bringing new products to market, different parts of the portfolio from a Gamma perspective and onwards to our channel partners and customers. One of the key things when you're having a conversation like that is helping people get up to speed, either a customer to understand the values there or a partner to go, this is something which I can sell onwards. How does that work, and what does the Cisco Gamma relationship mean for that sort of wider community?
Yeah, good question. So I've seen this a lot where customers want to talk to the partner or want to talk to Cisco directly. And the reality is that the two have to come together at some point anyway. Wherever the conversations start, it should be actually all three around the table. And the reason for that is because then you get away from Chinese whispers. They said this, they said that. No, they're going this way, they're going that way. The reality is we want to do best for our customers and our partners. We have to do it together. So those relationships have to be solid. Yeah. That's where we're starting to get behind Gamma. We've got my team, we've got George Dunn's team. We're in that field, we're talking, we're having those conversations, and we're trying to bring them back to the right partners that can really come on the same journey with us. So my key message out there is talk to both, talk to Gamma, talk to Cisco, and you'll get the best outcome for your customers.